Hi, good morning and a warm welcome to the CryptoMetal Markets Report. Today is the 18th of November and we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, gold, silver, nickel, zinc and copper. Let's start off with Bitcoin, one of the biggest stories this week, if not this month. It is absolutely flying at the moment and it's a stone's throw away from its all-time high at 19,763. Currently trading at 18,100 around that area. We've had a big retracement overnight, Fibonacci retracement back into the channel that we started discussing on Monday. So still volatile and people are trying to push the price down, whether it's whales dropping a whole bunch of Bitcoin. Doesn't really matter because buyers are coming in, and this wick you can see here is evidence to that. Supported the price extremely well. A lot of news coming out through Twitter and online generally about billionaires, hedge fund managers now becoming involved in this particular asset. Hugh Hendry, in conversation with Raoul Pal, even though he doesn't like the asset, is now looking at it, and he's not going to buy one Bitcoin. So there's people like Ray Dalio, who's been a vocal, basically negative person against this crypto. He's now sort of taking another look at it. We know that Paul Tudor Jones and Druckenmiller and a few others are getting involved in this space. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is buying up huge amounts of Bitcoin, and so there is a supply issue. And with the halving and the difficulties in from an energy point of view in producing and mining Bitcoin, this is a limited asset. So there's a lot of people coming into this space now, and it hasn't really got traction in the media yet. When it does, and PayPal, through their 360 odd million members, are able to access this, it is going to drive the price through retail. And with CITIBANK have issued recent guidance to their institutional investors that this asset could hit $318,000 next year, by the end of next year into 22. During this bull market run, they've done the technical analysis on this and charting, and I've seen it, and we'll put some links to it below this video, and it makes some quite persuasive arguments. But ultimately we don't know where this is going to go. My personal view is it is going to run. We are going to get some retracements along the way. It is a very volatile asset, but it's a very exciting journey. It's reached all-time highs in terms of market capitalization. Back in December 2017, we were looking at around $329 billion. That's just been surpassed yesterday, $331 billion. So it is an asset that's bigger than some currencies. It's now knocking on the door of the Canadian dollar in terms of market capitalization. So we are, once we get through the 19,700, 20,000 level, and I'm expecting some resistance here, we will see it push on. If we look at just briefly the retracement that came in, we had the retracement basically around the level from the previous pullback. So if we look at that, it was nearly a 0.786 Fibonacci retracement. So this sort of support here is holding quite well currently, but we're entering territories that we've not seen before, and we need a monthly close. If we look at the monthly, so here's the monthly chart. We can see these bull flags with the previous rally and the last rally high here, sort of 19.7. We're knocking on the door of that in the next few days potentially. We've got this kind of bowl, cup bowl. We could form a handle before it moves up again, but we don't have to. And I think with the information coming out, it's extremely bullish. So a monthly close at these levels above what we had here back in sort of 17, 18. We need to have a monthly close at the end of the month here for us to be bullish and long on this, but I don't think there's really any doubt for the Bitcoin for the next few months. It's broken out and we're expecting big things. Okay, moving on to gold. This is a daily chart. You can clearly see the bull flag and the issue we've been in for some time, this consolidating sideways trading phase. When the vaccine news came out, gold was smashed down to its support level around 1850. It's been trying to get off there. It's kind of 1884 is another support area, and it's broken down through that, and it's fallen down onto what was previous resistance of the top of the bull flag. If it falls through here, then I think the next test of 1850 could go through, depending on what's going on in the market. We've got no real political news, although we have got a weakening dollar, which we'll look at in a second. That could be helpful with the price. If we do get a big spike down in the dollar, that could push up gold and silver particularly into this area we're looking to get into, pushing on obviously to the previous highs. Failing that, we are looking unfortunately at this 1765 level around this area, where support I believe will be found next before it takes off again. But in the absence of news, it's looking a bit doubtful what's going to happen with gold, so I'm expecting this to certainly hit down to the 1850 level, and then we'll need to see what transpires from there. If we look at the dollar, okay, so the dollar, as you can see, very bearish, and we've literally pushed through the support slightly here. The next area down here is about 91.72. If we get below this area and close substantially, particularly a weekly close down here, then we could be looking at some quite severe bearish trends coming down, and it pushing quite substantially further. And we are expecting that with any more stimulus votes, particularly in America, but all around the world, people are printing money, obviously dollar related. This is going to push this currency down. If there's no news and everyone else is obviously devaluing their currency, then the dollar will go up. So the time frame for the stimulus is really important here, and there's a number of reasons politically it could do that. Gold could push on further, but the dollar is looking very bearish today. So silver, directly relating to gold and the dollar, as it's priced in dollars, we've got the bull flag, as you can see, and we have this sideways consolidation period, which is often the case in silver rallies and gold rallies. Can go on a lot longer than the bulls want, and unfortunately we're in the same position here. A lot of confusion in terms of direction at the moment. It's slap bang in the middle between the resistance at the top here around about the $26 level, and at the bottom we're looking around the 21 to sort of 21.50 to 22.50 levels. That's the kind of support area we need to get to, and it's also the area of the 200-day moving average. So we're looking here. We've got a basically a wedge forming, a triangle forming, which is in a shorter time frame. Let's take a look at that. So the shorter time frame of 4 hours, I've basically drawn out this wedge triangle, if you like. So we're coming to a point. We've been hitting this resistance line of the triangle, and at the bottom again, there's a few touches around here. We're kind of breaking out, and if you look back, every single time it's kind of formed these kind of wedges, it's fallen to the downside. So it doesn't need to at the moment, but it kind of feels like in the absence of what we discussed with gold, we're kind of going to get down to this sort of $23 level, 23.20, and possibly lower before it breaks out. It doesn't need to. It's been quite strong though compared to gold, and it's held up pretty well, and our members have done extremely well off the back of our portfolios in the mining sector here, and they've been quite exciting as well, and they're only going to go one way. So we are expecting a breakout to the upside eventually. Whether it's going to come in the next couple of weeks, I don't know. I think the political landscape, as I've mentioned ad nauseum in America, is probably going to drive a lot of this, positively or negatively. We do expect this to break out to the upside eventually, but we may need one final retrace before it does this. So don't be surprised if it goes either way. If I was a gambling man, which I probably am, I would probably think that it's going to touch this level before it goes up again. But you know, I'm not always right. But looking at both sides of the coin, we're literally on the point of some decision. I think in the next, certainly by the end of this week, early next week, I would have expected something to have happened. Okay, let's move on to base metals very briefly, a quick overview. Copper is in the resistance zone. It's backed off a little, but it's doing extremely well. It's at 30-month highs. It's really pushing on in this channel, and we can see this maintaining a very strong bull market for the foreseeable future. So very bullish on copper, the base metals and energy metals. As you know, we run different portfolios for our members who've done extremely well off here. We've got in at quite, in the low point earlier on in the year. Miners have done exceptionally well off the back of that. We're well above the 200-day exponential moving average, and we've got this nice defined range which we expect to break out of very shortly. So zinc, again, similar story. It's gone pretty much lift off here for zinc, right in the middle of the zone. It's just pushed forward to the resistance area and all-time highs. We need it to get well above here to push on into this bull market, but we're very bullish on zinc, and obviously with the news from China in terms of production of electric vehicles, and in terms of various governments around the world, not including our British government, who today announced bringing forward of the end of the combustion engine manufacturing in this country. They want to bring forward to 2030 the electric vehicles and start producing that to fit in with the climate sort of promises they're making, as everyone else does. This is also going to be extremely bullish for this metal, particularly if Biden does get in and gets confirmed. There's going to be a big push for energy metals and base metals anyway, regardless of the environmental impact that the mining will have. They need them for the battery technology. So this is a long-term story for this decade. Similar story for nickel. Just to round off here in terms of the base metals, we're looking at a strong growth area here for nickel on this weekly chart. We're looking at this channel, and it's pushed on. Bit of a breather at the minute, but we've got this kind of area resistance around about these levels now, and we expect this to kind of break through and maintain its trajectory along with zinc and copper. Hopefully you found today of interest and a brief overview of the markets that we follow. We also cover uranium, not today. I'll look at that again on Friday. But if you need any further information, don't hesitate to contact us either via Twitter or through our email address on the screen. And don't forget to check out the CITIBANK report on Bitcoin. And if you want to look at that, cryptocurrencies and a blockchain portfolio, we also have one of those for our members, recently updated with new purchases that we've got in there, some alerts that have gone out to all of our partners, which again they have got a lot of promise for the next year, over the next decade. So take care, stay safe, and we'll see you again on Friday. At CryptoMetalResearch.com, we have a number of services to educate and inform you on how to benefit from the financial reset in this massive bull market. We fully expect our portfolio to return multiple double digits in the huge financial reset we're going through. The risks are high, but so are the returns for those with industry connections. We have years of trading experience to support you during your journey. Our services include CryptoMetal Premier, a full done-for-you service for the time poor who see the massive potential of having your assets realigned to benefit from the next big investment boom. We do everything for you so you can sit back, relax, and watch your assets appreciate. CryptoMetal Partner, a done-with-you educational service for those who want to be involved and learn how to benefit from this massive opportunity and receive signals of when to get in and out of your positions to maximize your profits. CryptoMetal Portfolio, a do-it-yourself solution so you can learn and apply the portfolio to your investments directly without any support or assistance. CryptoMetal Pulse, a signal service direct to your inbox as and when the market dictates, combining decades of technical analysis trading within your broader crypto metal portfolio. CryptoMetal Personal, a virtual one-to-one for those who want to know more, want to discuss their personal situation and investigate what CryptoMetalResearch.com's investor education can do for you and your financial wealth.